Welcome everyone to a new market update, and today we're going to discuss the Coinbase listing, as that's where the hype was, and also that's where the bear market should have started, as most of people were expecting that to happen. However, it didn't, as we are currently seeing that Ethereum and Chainlink are doing well, and we also see that Coinbase is dropping down after the listing. Surprise, surprise, that's usually what's happening. So what are we going to discuss? We're going to discuss that Coinbase listing with my view on it, and we're going to discuss Ethereum and Chainlink, as those have been doing really well, and it might be a great idea or perspective to see what's going to happen with altcoins from here onwards and what the actual cycle means. So let's get to the charts, but before we're going to do that, do not forget to subscribe beneath and also like this video and comment if you want to see some special content that we're creating here. So let's discuss the charts, in which we can see that Coinbase has been dropping down significantly since its actual listing. So the initial price that they wanted to start off with was $250, and then during the day it increased to 380, and now we can see that it made a beautiful run up as the hype started. It touched $420 and then it started to cascade downwards, also pushing the Bitcoin price a little bit down for itself, but right now it's just settling. Am I interested to buy this one? I'm not interested to buy Coinbase at all. Why? I've got so much exposure to the crypto markets already, through which I'm not interested at all in adding another one in the traditional markets. Might I be interested at a later stage? Yes, I might. But I want to see how the correlations are going to work with Coinbase, as I assume that the moment that the bear market is going to start, from probably a year from here onwards, Coinbase will also start dropping down as the volumes are draining down heavily. So in that regard, I'm just not interested right now. I'm not interested in buying it. I want to see it settle down and see where we bottom out in general. And from there, we can start expecting or trading this asset or this token, this asset, in which it could be beneficial for my portfolio. But right now, I don't want to have it, given the overall risks that I have in my portfolio already with crypto. And I think that my crypto portfolio can gain more percentages than Coinbase can. But what do we see? Did we see after the listing happened? We did see that the market is just continuing where it was, and that's the bull cycle, in which we can see that Ethereum is just accelerating really fast, and Chainlink as well. Ether hit 2.5k and Chainlink crossed $40. So is Ethereum going to run to 5k, and is Chainlink going to run to $100? Let's get to the charts, in which we can put up Ethereum against USDT here. And Ethereum against USDT shows that we are making new all-time highs, and we're just accelerating and accelerating and accelerating, which is similar to what happened in 2016, which is also similar to what happened in 2017. And you can see that if you check this chart, that you don't have many opportunities to get into this one once it starts to run. You can see that we're crawling upwards here. You can see that we've got some retests, but right now we're just seeing that we are accelerating even more. And that's being fueled by the Bitcoin pair, as the Bitcoin dominance is dropping down. Lesson in here is that once you get into an altcoin, you should keep it running or let it run until it makes a very vertical chart. And you should not be chasing the candles right now. Ethereum was being flooded heavily in the past months, where ETH Bitcoin was dropping down significantly. And nobody paid interest, as everybody was expecting Cardano and Polkadot to do better, or Cardano or BNB to break or flip ETH. The flipping didn't happen. However, when you swap to the Bitcoin pair on ETH, you know that you can get your entry points going there. Right now, what we see on the USDT pair for Ethereum, we can see that we've got some beautiful retests, and we can make this construction or see what's going to happen from here onwards. So once it starts to run away, the critical level that it should hold onto, we held, and that's the $1,300 level. Then next to that, we've got the 1500 level, and now we've flipped this previous high for support at 1900, and we start to continue. Could we get a retest of anything in this region? Yes, but the previous real low is found at 1560 bucks. So anything in this region as a retest is just completely fine, as that keeps the construction going. And then we just continue running in general. So this is a very bullish outlook. The bearish divergence that we saw on the chart didn't play out, as the market continues to make higher lows and higher highs. And right now we can just continue running, as it's the bull cycle. And once we start to continue running, this entire level of accumulation that we've had here will most likely never be hit again. And anything that's going to happen, so assume that you're going to see the price accelerate to like 5k, anything in this region will become the new accumulation phase, or at the higher level. So everything that we see here is most likely never going to be hit again, as we are getting ourselves into a new market cycle. And then you've got to look at the ETH Bitcoin pair, as the ETH Bitcoin pair is showing what we wanted to be showing, right? So we did have this critical level around 0.3 that we had to hold on to. We did see Uri Wertheimer and all those Bitcoin maxis partying that ETH lost the 0.32 level, but since then it's just being bullish as hell. So what do we see right now on ETH? ETH is currently accelerating. I thought we would have a lower level of retest here, but we didn't, and we just see that we're crawling up. However, the actual expansion on ETH is still ready to come, as right now we're just accelerating. If we get anything of a sideways motion here, just like we've seen in this area, I think that will be the compression before we start to break out heavily. What are the levels that we should be watching? That's all based on historical price action, and we have discussed that previously. So we should be pointing ourselves to the level that we have here, and secondly, we should be pointing ourselves to this level here. So if we get to 0.6 or if we get to 0.75, that's almost 2x from the current price level, assuming that Bitcoin doesn't move. So if we get such a big expansion or a continuation of this bull cycle, we are expecting Ethereum to hit 5k in the coming cycle or in the coming summer. I would not be surprised that we're going to get there. And when Ethereum is going to do that, we might assume that other altcoins will do better than that. And then we get into the Oracle section, in which Chainlink is just doing exactly what we wanted, exactly as predicted, right? So Ethereum bottomed out at the point of interest, which is this green zone here. Since then, we've got a beautiful flip of the 51k sats level, and right now we are getting into a resistance zone. So anything in this region will probably act as resistance. We get some sideways action, and then we continue to break out heavily. But the point is that it's still down 80% from the previous all-time high in the Bitcoin pair, so there's still lots to gain. And once it starts to break above this accumulation phase, the next target zone is 2x from here on a Bitcoin pair, and maybe even 3x from here on a Bitcoin pair. And when you're going to calculate that to the USDT value of Chainlink, you can see that we broke above the resistance zone. And you know that I always use critical levels to watch, so once we get here back again, this area becomes the critical level to hold on to. And as long as that stays there, we can continue running. And given the fact that we assume that the Bitcoin pair is going to make that 2 or 3x, Chainlink is most likely going to run to $100. And when Chainlink is going to do such a big move, I'm quite sure that other oracles and smaller caps will do even better. So tomorrow I'm going to make a video about the altcoin cycles and what's most likely going to happen. But today we've discussed what's important, which is that the bull cycle is going to continue. You should position yourself well in those altcoins. And when you do, you'll be fine for the coming months. So enjoy the ride. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you again tomorrow.